How Amy Schumer, see, this one will be interesting. How Amy Schumer became the most hated human ever.
Every single list titled worst or most hated comedians of all time. Why? Well, the
Chat, who is the worst comedian? I would say the worst comedian I've ever seen is Amy Schumer. Oh, actually, I'm not. This is going to be a hot take or a cold take, okay? Worst comedian recently. Not his old shows, new shows. Gabriel Iglesias. I would still rather watch him, but he has gotten so unfunny. Amy Schumer was never funny, though.
Toward the beginning of her career, she was actually liked and respected amongst the general population. For example, she was listed in Time's top 100 most influential people of 2015, whilst her comedy specials such as this one, and this one received mostly positive reviews, one of which confidently stating that Amy Schumer leaves her audience in stitches. However, while this review was mostly positive, if we go back a couple of sentences, it also points out the first reason as to why Amy Schumer would eventually become
a one-trick pony. She talks about sex. That's it, bro. I've only watched one of Amy Schumer's comedy specials. I watched 45 minutes of it, and every joke was about genitals. Every single joke was about genitals. Best comedians, who would I name? Ricky Gervais is pretty good. Tom Segura is one of my favorite. Tom Segura, Ricky Gervais, John Mulaney's good. Dave Chappelle. Those are my four. Those are my four. Interrupting today's video to tell you about something very important. G Fuel. But not this flavor, even though that flavor's pretty good. I'm here to tell you about the all-new, not even released at the time of this video being filmed, Rick and Morty Collector's Box and flavor. My editors are responsible for popping up the two images here. At the time of this video, they might be out for complete release, but regardless, I would get in on it as quick as possible because the strawberry limeade portal fluid flavor is out and it's better than ever. So if you want to check out the all-new portal fluid flavor or any of the other G Fuel flavors, you can check the link in description and use code JOEB for 10% off at checkout. Let's get back into the video.
As the title of her special suggests, she talks about sex and she doesn't talk about much else. Her idea of comedy is making jokes about how terrible her vagina smells and or how many guys. That's not comedy. This was a comment on a thread discussing why her style was so controversial, the thread including another supporting comment which stated, you can call her a one-trick pony or two-trick, which are 1, here is my vagina, want a detailed description, you will have it anyway, 2, men are pathetic, and I like to assault / manipulate / emasculate them in every way. With these two comments in mind, it becomes obvious that—
should we watch a clip of one of Amy Schumer's, like, videos?
Steve-O is here. Steve-O, great try. Steve-O! But I truly am, no joke, sorry for the loss of your friend Ryan Dunn. I know you must have been thinking it could have been me, and I know we were all thinking, why wasn't it?
Bro, she just made a joke about his friend that recently died. No shot. No laughter.
Thank you.
Everyone just said, she just said thank you, and do you hear everybody say, oh? Oh.
I want to sleep with someone, I do it. And I am a monogamous slut. Can I say that on air?
Yeah, I think you can.
Great.
That's not what we're worried about.
But what I'm saying is, I have a higher risk of disease. I also have a much higher risk of fun.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is
Oh, on Ellen? That's probably going to be awful.
You like it here? But, I mean, I don't fit in here, just straight up body type. Like, in LA, my arms register as legs. They're just like...
Dude, how do people laugh at that? Like, that's like, dude, who... Like, the people that find that funny, I want to be like, I don't want to be your friend. Like, I don't want to be your friend.
Well, last time I was here, right from the show, I got courtside tickets to a Laker game.
That's fun.
Yeah, because my business agent thought I was mad at him for sexually harassing me.
Well,
but no, I'm like 30.
This bitch is crazy, yo.
30, so I'm just starting to really appreciate that. You know what I mean? Well, it's true. I can't speak for everyone. I'm not like sexually harassed, but in your 20s, I feel like you walk around, like you'll walk past a construction site and be kind of like, oh, like don't look. But then in your 30s, you know, I'm just like, what about this?
Yeah.
Like, how about? It's like my skirt's over my head. I'm like, ah.
I can't watch this. This is actually, like, unwatchable.
And then, like, you get a little more.
Dude, she's an NPC. She's actually an NPC. She has to be. She has to be unreal. If there's lizard people, she's one of them.
Like one piece at a time, you
No,
know?
that's not how I eat popcorn. I fucking eat it by the fistful. This is not relatable in any way.
And then like, and then eventually you just like, you get real, and it's just, like I've split my lip trying to get one more kernel. It's true. In my dumb mouth, it is true.
Ellen is fake laughing right now so hard. No shot Ellen thinks that's funny.
Do you eat popcorn like that, though? Are you a popcorn lover? Do you eat popcorn like that, though?
Do you, is that relatable, though? Is that relatable, though? Like, tell me that's relatable. Did she just copy that shitty joke from Ellen?
Popcorn really that delicious we must shovel handfuls of it into our mouth?
You know what I hate? I hate comedians that do sound effects. That's what I dislike. That's what I dislike. I'm fine if they do accents and stuff. That's what I've gotten straight away from. That's why I don't watch Gabriel Iglesias or Jim Gaffigan anymore, because they're always the dudes that'll, like, deep throat the mic and go, wow, 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 wow. And I'm like, fuck off. Just do a joke. Just say a joke.
Only have so much self-deprecating humor before people get tired of it. How much do I need to hear about her pussy? Certainly not the entire length of her stand-up show, that's for damn sure. The very nature of this kind of content, such as the discussion of female promiscuity, also leaves Amy Schumer open to political backlash and debate. This is the next thing that began to turn the audience against her back in 2016. Politics. One article written by CBS News stated, around 200 people walked out of her Tampa show when Schumer launched into a withering takedown of Donald Trump. It's somewhat of a surprise that fans were caught off guard because Schumer isn't known for suppressing her political views. In addition to this, Amy Schumer would announce that she was pregnant by posting a list of the people she had voted for, adding at the bottom, "I'm pregnant Amy Schumer," using her pregnancy to drive traffic to the candidates which she considered to be favorable. Whenever Amy spoke politically, she always took a liberal viewpoint and was very anti-Republican, even having interviewed Hillary Clinton, yet her audience would come to discover that back in 2007, Amy Schumer actually got her first big break as a guest on Fox News, which was a pro-Republican news station, angering both sides of the political spectrum.
I think as a comedian, if you're a stand-up comic, your job, if you're going to do political talks, should be making jokes about both sides. If you're a comedian and you only joke about one side, that's going to bode bad for you. If you joke about both, then it's fine. Like, that's why South Park gets away with a lot of shit, too. People always wonder why that show's still on the network. Because South Park has made fun of every single type of thing you could ever make fun of. 200 people walked out of her show. Wow. That's like noticeable. Like, everyone would be like, holy shit. Where's everybody fucking going?
Worst of all, when her audience gives her honest feedback, she whines about how her critics must hate women or how they're all alt-right. Yeah, sure, Amy, the only reason people hate you is that they're all a bunch of Nazi anti-Semitic misogynists. This comment also highlighted the—
Yeah, I don't like that. I think it's a whole separate section of things. People that say women aren't funny and use Amy Schumer as an example is a terrible argument. Like, there are many, like, comedians that are women that are hilarious. Like, you can go on Netflix and watch a bunch of funny women that are comedians. Amy Schumer is an offshoot example of she's just unfunny because she's unfunny. It's not because she's a woman. It's because she's Amy Schumer.
Amy Schumer can't be bothered to take photos with fans, which stated, Amy Schumer wants to make it clear she does not owe you a selfie. The article went—
I have never denied someone of a picture when I've met them. This is what I'll do. If I'm in a rush and someone recognizes me and they're like, can I take a picture? I literally say, yeah, can it be quick though? I gotta go. And then I'll go. And then I'll say, have a nice day, and I'll leave. Right? Like, sometimes I get, like, people don't want to talk to, like, she's way more famous than me. I'm not really famous. I would say I have clout. She's more well-known than I am. But I would say, like, at the end of the day, even if you don't want to talk to someone, you should still, like, there's gonna be days where, like, you want to be alone and someone walks up to you and you're like, whatever. But, like, you got to realize they're supporting you and they want to just take a picture with you. Just take the picture real quick. Like, what's wrong with that? Right? Now, if they're a dickhead to you, yeah, you could be a dickhead back. But most people that want to take a picture with you aren't being assholes. They're usually nice.
Went on to describe an exchange that Amy Schumer had whilst in town for a comedy show. This guy in front of his family just ran up next to me and scared the shit out of me. Put a camera in my face. I asked him to stop and he said, "No, it's America and we paid for you." This was in front of his daughter. I was saying stop and no. Great message to your kid. Yes,
Okay, well, that guy's a dickhead if he said that.
legally you're allowed to take a picture of me, but I was asking you to stop and say no. I will not take pictures with people anymore, and it's because of this dude in Greenville. Yet, after the other person involved was then interviewed by a local news station, a whole different side to the story was revealed.
But he tells us that's not exactly how it went according to him.
I see her face and I'm like, all right, cool. So I hurry up and get on my Instagram and I'm like, here goes Amy.
Oh, he seems so nice. Oh, he would never do that.
Then she just loses it and she just gets mad, and that is totally false what she wrote about me.
So if Amy Schumer was too famous to check into her local gym or take photos with fans, she must have thought pretty highly of herself. If that's truly the case, then surely she'd be happy with an $11 million offer from Netflix for one of her comedy specials a year later in 2017, right? Well, no, not really.
11 million for her comedy spec? Nah, bro. Give me a week. And give me a week. And my comedy special would be shit, but it would be better.
Amy Schumer claimed that the $11 million offer wasn't enough money for 60 minutes of comedy footage, citing it as unfair due to Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle receiving $20 million for their specials.
Because they're fucking hilarious! Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock are fucking hilarious!
Amy's comedy special, the one that she was paid $11 million for, was so bad that IMDb users gave it a rating of 3.1 out of 10, whilst Netflix had to change their rating system entirely, which hit its 1.35 out of 5-star performance on their platform. The changes to the industry she's made is incredible, like how Netflix had to remove their rating system because her special was so terrible.
The goods and the...
Oh, that's so ass, dude. But, like, how did she get famous if no one's really thought... How did she go from... Because in the beginning of the video, Sunny said that she used to have, like, positive, like, ratings. How did she go from having all these good publicity and all this other shit and getting famous to, like, nothing?
The bads of this comedy special. We'll go ahead and start about what's good with it.
Charlie!
That ends that segment. That about covers that.
Dave Chappelle's Netflix special, on the other hand, received a rating of 8.2 out of 10 on IMDb.
And his gets... Dave Chappelle had an 8.1, and he has controversy. A lot of people fucking hate Dave Chappelle. Because he'll make insensitive jokes. Like, he genuinely will.
Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock were ranked as number 9 and number 5 on Rolling Stone's top 50 comedians of all time, whilst the only list Amy Schumer seems to top is IMDb's top 10 worst comedians of all time.
I gotta go see that list. I gotta read that list. I need to see that fucking list. Worst stand-up comedians of all time. Amy, Whitney Cummings, never heard of. Brendan, never heard of. Jimmy Fallon. I could see how Jimmy Fallon would be a bad stand-up comic. Whoopi Goldberg. Andy Dick, Carlos, Joe Rogan. I actually didn't like Joe Rogan's stand-up comedy. I've watched it before. Brian Callen, that's kind of shocking. Gabriel Iglesias. Yep, there he is. There he is. There he is. What did I say, chat? Oh, George Lopez? I feel like that's a hot take. I feel like George Lopez is a decent comedian.
When Dave Chappelle went on Comedy Central all the way back in 2004, he'd receive a viewership of 3.1 million people, yet when Amy Schumer went on Comedy Central at the height of her popularity in 2016, her viewership was less than 500,000. I'm truly cackling at the audacity of Amy Schumer thinking she deserved the same pay as Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle. Like, girl, what? So Amy Schumer wants Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle money, but haven't put in the years they put in. Talk about privilege and opportunity, shaking my head. Amy Schumer is maybe Josh Gad level. She's not as famous or endearing as Chris Rock. She's not a legend like Dave Chappelle. In case Amy Schumer complaining about being paid $11 million wasn't already dumb enough, it became even worse when
and how do you complain about 11 mil for an hour? An hour special. 11 million.
These two giving example after example of the ways in which Amy Schumer had stolen jokes from other comedians in the past.
Hi, how you doing?
Great.
All right, did somebody help you with this?
Yeah, she's right over... Oh, she's not there.
Did someone help you today?
Yeah,
Who was it?
Bro, that is a dead copy.
You know, I don't see him.
Oh, that's okay. What did she look like?
she's... dark hair. She was wearing a blazer.
Oh yeah, all the girls are wearing blazers.
Do you know what he looks like?
Yeah, he is wearing like a vest or like a plaid shirt, I feel like.
I don't know what everyone who works here wore today.
If
Oh, dude, that is a dead copy. That is a dead copy. That's so fucking weird.
she had a favorite president, it would probably be Lincoln.
Are there any other distinguishing features?
I would guess he probably voted for Obama. I know I did.
As these compilations began to pick up steam on YouTube, news article after news article was published calling Amy Schumer a joke thief, whilst others within the comedy space would come forward stating that Amy Schumer stealing jokes was discussed regularly behind the scenes. Twitter took the exact same standpoint in posts such as, "Is it just me or is Amy Schumer just not that funny?" Despite the fact that she has a terrible personality and steals half her jokes, prompting—
How does she steal jokes and she steals bad jokes? Like, if you're gonna steal jokes, at least steal, like, good ones.
And I'm so careful. And none of these things had ever reached me. And I will literally take a polygraph. And I just would never do that. Like, that would be so stupid for me to do that.
Amy Schumer would eventually take a polygraph test for a Vanity Fair video, during which she was asked about stealing jokes.
Coming up with new material is difficult. Have you ever stolen a joke?
No.
Yes, she's telling the truth.
What about an idea for a sketch?
No.
An idea for a character?
No.
Let me rephrase. Have you ever taken inspiration for a joke from somebody else?
No.
Yet the video is edited in a bizarre way where she says no before it fails to include whether or not she was telling the truth. The whole dilemma was certainly a point of debate, yet one joke which Amy Schumer definitely hadn't stolen was a joke made in front of Steve-O back in 2000.
Oh, we just watched that. That's the worst joke ever. Dude, that was so fucked. Like, how did she write that and be like, yeah, people are gonna love that?
14, relating to the death of his friend Ryan Dunn.
And Steve-O is here. Steve-O, great try. Steve-O! But I truly am, no joke, sorry for the loss of your friend Ryan Dunn. I know you must have been thinking it could have been me, and I know we were all thinking, why wasn't it?
Oh my god! She's saying, dude, I just got the joke too. And that's even worse. I was thinking that she was not even making a joke and just saying, oh yeah, why wasn't it me? She was saying why, she was saying Steve-O should have died. That's so fucked.
Steve-O is always laughing. When he's not, it's for real. Imagine being such a buzzkill that you kill Steve-O's vibe. Amy Schumer doesn't understand the concept of dark humor. She's got the dark, now she just needs to find the humor. What made this
so
even worse was that her audience would eventually use this little zinger as an example that Amy Schumer was able to dish out harsh jokes, but was unable to take them herself. What we're referring to is a tweet made in early 2016 by a 17-year-old movie critic who had posted a photo of himself with Amy Schumer, titled with a light-hearted comedic caption reading, "Spent the night with @Amy Schumer." Certainly not the first guy to write that, referring to Amy often talking about the different guys she's been with during her shows. So if Amy—
Oh, and did she get hard pressed?
thought it was appropriate to joke about Steve-O's recently deceased friend, surely she shouldn't have a problem with someone making a little comment about the amount of guys she's been with, especially considering it's basically all she talks about within her shows. Well, Amy didn't take it all that lightly, replying to the 17-year-old fan by stating, "I get it, cause I'm a whore. Glad I took a photo with you, hi to your dad." Others on Twitter would respond to what you might call Amy's inconsistent joke morals by stating, "That's the same type of joke Amy Schumer uses to keep her fame. Suddenly that humor is off limits now, huh? LOL."
Yeah, she calls herself one, but then if someone else makes a joke about it, then it's not funny. That's fucking stupid. Dude, I don't know. Like, I just feel like, how are they gonna keep rehiring her for specials? Because that means people are still, like, people have to be watching her if they're giving her that much money. But yeah, we're gonna move on. Last video for today.